All right, everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Just Noise podcast. As always, I'll say it every time, I'm joined with my partner in crime, Logan Purdue. Logan, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Doing really good, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I wish it was a little cooler outside so I could have the windows open, but, we're getting to that time of year. Fall's beautiful, so.
It's almost here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's, without further ado, get right into it with our guest here tonight. He is a multifaceted individual. He can do everything. He writes awesome music. He produces it, mixes, masters it. If you have something that needs single artwork, you need a video, you need somebody to manage you while you're on tour, our buddy here, Ryan Wirth, is the man. What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Hey, man, you hyped me up a lot. How's it going?
Good, dude. I'm glad to have you here, and you deserve all the praise, Sometimes you got those unsung heroes in the background. We reached out to you in the past for, Faction stuff. You helped us out with artwork, and yeah, you're a fucking beast, man. Love to talk to you.
I forgot about that. That was a minute ago. Was that like 2019?
It's been a while. We did, that was, I think Through the Fog, was the one. It was a single that we did, and it was on our last album, so finally got that bad boy out in last year.
Wow, yeah, that art was a long time ago. It was like ocean waves or something, like trees and stuff,
maybe
right?
Maybe you did too for us. I know that this one we're talking about was specifically the trees. Yeah, it was very David Lynchy. It was really cool. So
yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, man. Full circle finally. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Emblem Faction. We're here to talk about you. So Logan, you want to start us off here with our buddy Ryan?
Yeah. First off, awesome to meet you finally. Brandon's told me a lot about you, but awesome. If you wanted to start it out and go through like your history of like musical history and background, I guess, for as far back as you want to go, I guess, go for it. We'll start there.
Well, like I mentioned to you guys before we started recording, I played bass in a band with my brother in high school. That band was called Tidings They Brought. And that was really just like, that was my brother and his friends, and they just needed a bass player. So that was like my first thing where I was like playing shows and doing stuff. But that band broke up quick, and then I didn't play music for a while after that. I think that was in like 2011. And then I joined a band that you dug up from the archives of the internet that I didn't even know was out there, called the Discord. That band didn't do anything, honestly. Like, I didn't even know those guys when I joined it. Like, I was Facebook friends with the bass player, and I just like posted some random demo that I wrote, and he was like, "Hey man, this is cool. Like, my band needs a guitar player. You want to join?" And I was like, "Sure, man." So I didn't know like any of those guys at all. I don't know. We didn't like do a ton, but I feel like that band was like really important to like pretty much everything that's happened afterwards. We played a bunch of shows. Like, we didn't even put music out. Like, I think we did 2 singles in a studio and never even finished them. Our lineup was like me, we had a drummer, like 2 guitar players, a vocalist, and like the drummer ended up becoming like one of my best friends. Like, soon after that whole thing, like, I moved in with him. I lived with him for a while. He's in my new band that I just put together recently, so he's in that band now. Like, we kind of got back together playing again, which is really cool. But I didn't really know anyone in like the local music scene when I had started jamming with those guys. But like soon after that, we started playing a bunch of shows. I met like a ton of people and just like networked really hard. So I wasn't like happy with what we were doing in that. I think I was only in it for like a year. So I just like, that was when I bought my first like setup. I was like, I got these shitty little computer monitors, and I got Pod Farm, and I downloaded like FL Studio, and I was like, I'm gonna write my own shit. That's pretty much what happened. Like, I just started writing a bunch of stuff on my own, which ended up turning into like the first demos for what turned into my band Aphasia, like within the next couple of months. So like, I left that band, and then I started doing like the Aphasia thing, and it ended up being like the guitar player from my old band, the Discord, ended up joining me when I left. So he was in Aphasia too. Like, we wrote the first EP together, and then he kind of dipped out after that. Yeah, that band like literally did nothing and was insignificant as far as like doing anything like I don't know, cool, I guess, like any like stat worthy stuff. I met a ton of people, and it literally like led me to doing aphasia, which has taken over my life for the last like 10 years.
Yeah,
Kind
and
of pivotal into leading you into everything. Seems like that's cool.
Yeah, then I spent 10 years in aphasia.
was there a specific band or release that you can recall that brought you to where you wanted? Like you said that you started off playing bass in your brother's band. What made you want to play guitar and get to that point where you would eventually have your own home set up and be playing with these guys?
That's a loaded question. I already had played guitar. I played guitar before I did anything else. I was just like a guitar player that could play bass. So, I was already like playing guitar before, like when I joined that band with my brother. So there's that. But like, there's like a couple things here. Like, the band It Dies Today is like my favorite band ever.
I love that you said that, and that we'll get back to that later.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
like that is
Hell
like
yeah.
my favorite band. Like. Super nostalgia band. Cave Choir is one of my favorite like albums literally ever. But that was the band. Like I heard that and I was like,
Changed
I'm gonna play
everything.
guitar.
I'm right
I'm
there
gonna
with
play
you
guitar.
too. Like
I'm
seriously.
gonna go fucking buy a guitar. I don't know how to play it, but I'm gonna buy one. Like that was that for me. But like getting into like production and stuff, like that was totally Brian Hood production stuff. Like I just still don't think anyone processes music like he does, and I love it. So that was always like super huge for me, getting into producing and stuff. And then like getting into writing, like what turned into the first aphasia stuff was like the song Spirits Away by Era. Yo, that is a relic. Those don't even exist anymore.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Spirits Away by Era, like when that record came out, and like that song specifically, like me and my friend that played guitar on that first aphasia album, we were like, yo, this is sick. Like we're like, all right, fuck this band, we're not doing this anymore. And we're like, we're gonna write shit like this. And that's exactly what happened. Like we were just like, all right, we'll leave it.
Yeah, dude, you guys took it and ran with it. I mean, like that album, the first two Era, well, actually all of early Era, even before the first two albums, the EPs that they had, they're just so ungodly fast. Alan is just, he's just a monster still to this day. I love watching his YouTube channel. He still kills it with the artificials, and
Yeah,
so yeah,
he
I mean,
is insanely fast. It's like concerning.
you doing okay, bro?
Bro
Yeah.
is so fast.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. So yeah, for getting into aphasia, so what was the lineup? Have you guys just only had the consistent lead singer throughout the years, or what changed throughout each individual release?
Oh, good God.
Sorry,
That's-
another long question. I know you have at least 3 other releases after that one, so
So, when that band, like, when I started that band, it was a totally different... This is, like, lore that I've never even talked about publicly. So, this is kind of cool, maybe. I don't know.
we love it.
So
Yeah,
when I
this is what we're
started
here
that
for.
band, like I didn't want to play in a metalcore band. Like that was not what we set out to do. And it was just me. Like I started writing the demos for like the early stuff by myself, and then oh my God, this is so funny, dude. I was talking with this other guitar player from like Rochester, and he wanted to write stuff like I wanted to write, which was not metalcore. It was like beatdown shit. Like we wanted to write music like Barrier and like Kingmaker and stuff. So that was like what we were doing. So we were gonna write together, and we were trying to find a drummer. He's like, no, I don't have one. Well, he was in another band, and he was like, why don't you just come play third guitar for my other band? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. So I didn't end up doing that, but the drummer and the bass player from that ended up liking what I was trying to do. So they were like, hey man, do you just want to start a band together and not join this? And that was literally how like Aphasia came together. Like it just kind of happened. But we had a different vocalist in the beginning too. Like when we put this, like we were a 4-piece lineup in the beginning. We were not writing metalcore. There were no clean vocals. We had a different vocalist, and we wrote like an EP of heavy shit, like really heavy stuff. And then we ended up kicking out we did one single with that singer, and ended up kicking him out. And then after that was kind of when the whole thing changed. We scrapped that EP. We got Mike, who was in my old band, to play guitar, and then we found Jake, and then we turned into a metalcore band. But I don't know, the lineup changed a lot. At least like in the first 5 years. Like, our original lineup was like me, Jake, our singer, Mike, our other guitar player, and then John and Matt. John was our drummer and Matt was our bass player. They were on the first record, all of them. And then the second one, Mike and Matt were gone. So it was
the second
me.
one was Seclusion, right?
Yeah, Seclusion. So when that album came out, oh my god, this guy's a super fan. That's so sick. I don't know, that like the Seclusion cycle sucked so bad that like the band almost like imploded at that time. It was really bad. Like, album almost didn't come out. So I'm trying to think of like technicalities, I guess. Like, when we started writing that record, like, I wrote it and I think Mike was already gone, and I don't even think we had a second, like, I don't think Adam had joined yet as like a second guitarist. But we went in that whole Seclusion cycle. We lost 2 people, gained 2 people, and then flip-flopped 2 of them halfway through the cycle. It was a mess. But I think when that record actually came out, when we played our release show with Devil Wears Prada for that, it ended up being our original lineup again, even though they weren't there like the whole time. And then that original lineup broke up again. And like those same two guys were gone like right after that record release show. And that was when we had a different guitar player at the time. Like, we went back to having Adam, if you have Seclusion, the absolutely psycho Indulgence solo, like, Adam wrote that. So
cool.
So he was around for that. I could barely play that. I had to play it on tour one time. Like, when he left the band, I was like, this sucks. It's really bad. But yeah, after that, like, it's still like me, Jake, and then our drummer John were like always the constant 3. It's for the first like 5 years. But everything kind of changed after that, like, because we did the New Hell cycle, which I don't even really want to touch on that much because I hate that record. That's why it doesn't exist on the internet anymore. But
I've heard you say that multiple times, but I just want to tell you it's still good.
I know that you love it, and I appreciate that, but it's like embarrassing to me. It, like, honestly, not for me. I'm really glad that it doesn't exist anymore. If you liked that record, though, there was a song on it that got, like, after the record got pulled off the internet, we took one of the songs, and we didn't, like, take it and, like, re-record it, except we had a different bass player at the time. And that bass player is the one that we had for all the way up until, like, we broke up last year. So after that, though, like, it was pretty consistent, other than, like, drummers, like Rebirth, and all the singles that came after that, the Redux, and, like, the new record, all that stuff was, like, the same. It was, like, me, Ashton, our bass player, Jake, our singer, but we just had a different drummer. Like, Rebirth had, his name was Jared, and then everything else after Rebirth had, our drummer, Zane. Lots of lineup changes, man.
Hey, it's not just the drummer curse, man. I mean, I've got that one sticking around, but yeah.
Yeah, it's silly.
Well, I do want to say that Rebirth is a phenomenal record front to back. I was so stoked to hear about the Nick Brooks feature when it first was announced for various reasons, as we touched earlier, because that really like just like hit me home. I was like, oh my God, he's doing stuff again. And I know that they're back again, but that was the first semblance I at least I knew of before they even had a single out. And it was like, he's going to be on a single with you guys. And I told the vocalist of my current band, In Sincerity, and he was just like, dude, what the fuck? And we listened to it, and it was so good, dude. It's front to back, full album, but that one stands out to me. So,
well, I appreciate the compliment on the record, but yeah, the Nick Brooks feature was so sick, dude.
How did that come about? Sorry, not to interrupt you.
No, that's where I was going anyway.
Okay, cool.
So like I already mentioned, like I've loved that band since I was in like 6th grade, probably even earlier than that. Honestly, I loved that band like all through school, and so they're from like near where I live. Like they're from Buffalo, and I live like right in between like Buffalo or Rochester and Buffalo. So they live here. It's like we all know them, but everyone that I know is like mutual friends with them too. Like, my this is gonna sound wild. My cousin's husband's brother, so I don't know. He's like my cousin, kind of by marriage. He knows all those guys. He was in a band called Wreckage with Mike from It Dies Today, like a hardcore band after It Dies Today broke up. So like he knows them, and then same guy, Mike, their guitar player, he runs a studio, and my brother's band did an album with him. So like my brother knew him. So like I just had all these like weird ins, and then one day my brother messaged me. He's like, "Yo, you're never gonna guess who's like in a meeting with me at work right now." He's like, "It's Nick Brooks," and I was like, "What the fuck?" It
can't be that Nick Brooks.
Like,
no way.
I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, it's literally him," and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" So like in the middle of that whole thing, I was like, "Dude, everybody knows it." Like my brother works with him. I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna hit him up." Like. Before that, like our singer Jake was like really weird about. We had talked about guest vocals before, and he just was weird about it. And I was like, I don't care, man. Like if we can get him to do this, like fuck you. I don't really care. So I ended up hitting him up, and he told me no at first. Actually, like he's like, I got a bunch of stuff going on. Appreciate it. Like just can't do it. Sorry.
He shot your shot, man. Like
yeah. So he was like, nah, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, thanks anyway. And like, I don't know how much longer later it was. It had to have been a little while because we originally weren't going to have him on that song. I actually don't think that song was even written when we hit him up at first. But, like, it happened so much later when he hit us up about it. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, we already tracked that song. Like, it's done. So...
Oh, damn.
So like me and Jake went back and forth, and we're like, what do we do? Like, I really wanted to do it, and like we were so far like through writing at that point that like all the songs were like almost done. And Slip Away was the last song that got finished for the record, I think. And we're like, oh, we just do it on this one. Like he was originally supposed to be on Sinking, and
that would have been cool.
That
too.
was the one that we planned to do like with him. But I think that happened like. It's been a while now. Like I'm trying to think of the timeline, but like I know he came here because he came and tracked like in the studio here, and I think that was in like it was in the winter because it was cold as hell. So it must have been like the summertime of 2020 or maybe the fall that we had originally hit him up, and we finished the record in like January of 21. I think like that was when like the masters were done. So. Yeah, the whole record took forever, dude. And that whole process, like, it was a while between, like, when he first told us no, and then he hit us back, and we did it. But I'm stoked. I was so happy when he hit me up. It was just so, like, out of the blue. Like, I was playing Warzone with my friends in the middle of lockdown, and he's like, hey, man, you want to rip that gut spot still? And I'm like, yes.
Look at your phone, like, 3 times to make sure you just read that right. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I was so hyped about it, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. That's crazy, man. Still, like, awesome. Happy for you.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, also, I mean, who's done the mixing and mastering for each individual Aphasia? Did you start off doing it for the releases and then build up gradually into doing it through somebody else?
No. So it's like different for every record mostly, but like the EP, the first EP you lived through, that one we did with our friend Adam George in a studio in Rochester, but he doesn't record anymore. So by the time I think we were ready to start working on Seclusion, like he was already done. He had like gotten rid of his studio space and it was over with. So we went to a different studio. It just ties into the whole Seclusion cycle, sucking ass and being miserable. But like, we argued about who to go to. Like, we had talked to Brian Hood, and Brian Hood was going to do the record. And then I don't remember why. I think it was our guitar player at the time. He was like, yeah, I don't want to pay that much money. Like, nah. So we ended up not doing it. We went to this other studio somewhere else in New York and had a really bad experience where like tracks got done really poorly and it was just really bad and we were not stoked. And so we had lost a bunch of money because we like couldn't get anything back and they wouldn't finish our tracks or anything. So I ended up tracking the whole record on my own. And then we sent it off. Yeah, for Seclusion. Mm-hmm. We tracked that album like 3 times, I think, maybe more. Like we did it once in one studio, we did it once at my place, we did it once for a different person, and then we had to redo a bunch of vocals. My computer like crashed in the middle of a session one day and lost like 2 songs worth of vocal tracking. Like the whole process sucked, but that one we did. We sent it to this dude in Budapest that mixed the record. Yeah, that was mixed by a dude in like Hungary, and it was really cool back like at the time. Like I don't know if it's just like time does it for me, but like I don't really listen to those songs anymore because they're just so old for me. Like we were stoked about it back then. I remember the mix process being like kind of tedious and really long-winded, but it all kind of ties together with that record because like it was really bad. So the whole cycle sucked. But
well, I'm sure that after re-recording stuff 3 times, it kind of gave you perspective in terms of what you wanted for it, that material though, and kind of gave you perspective in moving forward and how you wanted it to be consistent. Because trust me, I know how frustrating that shit can be. But yeah, 3 times in like another person's studio, yeah, that's got to be kind of
not. Really, the whole thing sucked between like recording a bunch, mixing a bunch, lineup changes, and like all the other shit that happened like internally through that record. I'm surprised that like I literally thought the band was gonna break up before that came out. We almost did. So that one was a dude in Hungary, and then New Hell I did, and that was the first time. And that was like again like our guitar player didn't want to pay money, so he's just like, yeah, you can do it. And I was like, I don't want to. Like, I don't even feel comfortable doing that. Like, I was still so new in, like, recording. Like, I think that's half the reason I hate that album so much is, like that mix sucks. And it was super rushed. Like, Jake dicked around for literally, like, 6 months. And then like delivered me the final vocal tracks to mix like 2 days before the record was supposed to come out. Like it just, the whole thing was rushed. It sounded like shit and I hate it. But I did that one, and then I did Rebirth, and then I did what even came after that? We did the Afterlife single after that because that's when we announced our signing after Rebirth. So Jeff Dunn did that one, if you guys know who he is. He did Trilogy by Sound Planet, the last couple Make Them Suffer records. Cool. He's awesome. Yeah. I love that guy. He's cool as hell. If we could have afforded to work with him for The Sound of Suffering, like we definitely would have. It's expensive.
Yeah, I can't
But that's kind of the same thing as like we went to a couple different studios for that record, not the record but for singles, and we just weren't happy with how a lot of stuff came out, so everyone was like, oh yeah, you're just gonna mix the record again. So I did, and it sucked. So yeah, I mixed the last like couple records that we put out.
Well, I think you've just continued to level up more and more, man, so don't sell yourself short. I know that you say that you don't like, I'm sorry, oh my god, my brain just stopped. The one before Rebirth, New Blood.
New Hell. It's a shitty record, man.
Hey, no, don't sell yourself short, man. You got humble beginnings in every capacity, and dude, you're killing it these days in every part. So don't sell yourself short.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Well,
I wanted to ask while we were talking about albums and stuff, like what's kind of your like writing process? I know like Brandon and I both play guitar, so everybody has a different kind of mode formula they try to create with. What's kind of your go-to like writing process, I guess?
I don't really have one. Like I usually just like noodle something. A lot of it, like when I try to write something, usually it comes from like a chord progression. Like I'm really stupid when it comes to music. Like I mean that
Same,
like
same.
wholeheartedly. Like I don't know how to play guitar, or like I don't know theory. I don't know notes. I don't know
We're in the
key.
caveman
Like,
club too.
I don't know
Yep.
literally anything. I just like play what I think
I,
sounds cool. So like
I
a lot
strum
of it for
strings.
me is like I'll sit and like screw around just like different notes and like find a cool chord, and basically once I can make like a cool chord that like I like and like fits the mood that I'm in, like I can usually write a progression off it, and then that kind of turns into whatever else is going to come after, because that's when you can start messing around with like the different octaves and stuff. But yeah, there's no like crazy sauce or anything. Like it's just really chord based, honestly.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Whatever
I
you're
was
putting
just
on their
thinking,
sandwich, you got the sauce, my man.
yeah.
Sick. Thanks, too.
So is there any specific, like you said, your writing process? Is there specific records or bands that you do revisit that inspire you? Because I mean, when I listen to your music, I hear a really good blend of the After Image and Invent Animate. You just really hit the nail on the head. I don't know if there's anything specific that you revisit to get inspiration.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Like I know that like we get compared to those bands all the time, and like Invent, I love Invent. Like I don't know if you knew this, but like the Evergreen track, like I co-wrote that song with Keaton. So like
No, that's super cool, dude.
Well, that's cool.
those guys are like really cool. Or him, I know him specifically. I played Call of Duty with Caleb a couple times, but like Keaton's cool as hell. I really enjoyed working with him on that song. But I don't even like listen to metalcore to write, because I sometimes like I will, and then I'll just end up getting too close to what I'm listening to, and obviously not the goal. So it's gonna sound really funny, but like I listen to totally different genre stuff for ideas usually. Like on Rebirth, like the heavy rotation album that I listened to while I wrote that album was like Armor for Sleep's first two records.
Hell
A
yeah.
lot of Armor for Sleep, a lot of Nothing Nowhere, and a lot of the band Lydia. Those are like three go-tos, because they're just like most of that stuff just sounds miserable and kind of like fits into that vibe that I like to write in, and that's where a lot of it comes from, is like very post-hardcore root, like sad key whiny guy stuff.
Hell yeah, that's cool. I was going to say when you were talking, Brandon, and referencing, because I'm guilty. I had never heard of your band until Brandon had talked to me about doing the podcast with you, and so I was very blown away. But one thing I noticed that I thought was cool is how similar both of your guys' bands are, like sound wise. It was really cool. I thought, like, I don't know, in my opinion, I listened to, yeah, I've only listened to Aphasia once, but I thought it was really cool, like, to hear that. I don't know.
I wish I could
Thought that
tap dance half as good as Ryan does. Just throwing that out there.
He's making me
I
blush on a Thursday night.
Lord. No, dude. Yeah, that's cool comparison, but no, I fucking yeah, they fucking
thought
shred
so.
real good. So
I agree.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're welcome.
we're here to celebrate you, my man. You deserve it. So I had reached out to a couple people to see if they had any additional questions for you for this evening, and one individual was curious what your favorite guitar that you've ever owned might be.
Ooh, that's an easy one, actually. This guitar.
This
Is
one
my
right here.
This is my favorite guitar I've ever owned, and
Shit.
I've taken this on like every tour that I've been on, and I've written like at least one song on every record since like 2018 or 19 with this guitar. Like it is beautiful looking, it plays awesome, it has like a lot of sentimental value to me. Like this was my first guitar that I got with my artist order when I got endorsed by Legator, so like I love it. It has been on every record, and honestly a bunch of records that I've produced that weren't even for my band like have this guitar on it. But I love this thing, but I don't really play 6-string guitars. Well, I do now in my new band, but when I was playing 6-string guitars all the time, this was the one that I was using. But this is my other favorite guitar.
Oh, I'm so glad you still have it. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
I have both of them. They sent me another one to match the Rebirth art, so I have a purple one that I got them.
Well, that's
I got
sick.
this one like right after I wrote Rebirth with this one, and then I got this one after it came
Stunting
out.
on them. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I got a lot
Double
of guitars,
trouble.
man.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Those are sweet, dude. I'm so glad that you have that one. That's honestly one of my favorite guitars that I've ever seen that Legator's ever put out. And I think I remember you saying that you were trying to sell it in recent times, and I'm glad that you still have it. So
Oh, I was
Maybe
gonna
I'm-
sell the
maybe I'm
purple
wrong.
one, but I haven't sold it. Like, I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I'm just like probably too emotionally tied to it to actually get rid of it. So I haven't sold it.
it's just too awesome to have the inverted colors too. If you ever take any really cool promos, you can hold them both out at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, I've used both of those guitars actually all three of the guitars I just showed you guys. I've used them in I've used them in like different videos for like Aphasia over the years, which is cool. So I think the purple 6-string is in the Recover video. The blue one is in the Evergreen video and the Sinking video, and the purple one is in the Afterlife video.
Which one's the one you guys are playing on top of the building? Is that sinking?
That's Sinking.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
fact. We shot those two videos in the same day in the same building. That and Recover.
Oh, cool. That must have been a long day, but at least you got it both knocked out.
It sucked. It was like the beginning of March, and if you've ever been to like Rochester, New York in the beginning of March, it's cold as shit. Like but yeah, we brought like a bunch of changes of clothes and like a bunch of guitars and stuff, and like we shot the one inside the building first, and then we went upstairs so that we could get on the roof for like I don't think we got it exactly. We didn't time it exactly how we wanted to, but we were trying to get that for the sunset, and I think we were just like a little too early. But yeah, same day, same building. One's just inside and one's outside.
Well, it turned
I
out
think it was
really
like
good.
a 13-hour shoot or something. It was a really long day.
I hope you guys had
Damn.
hand warmers in between takes and shit like that. Oh man, getting frozen
It wasn't
fingers wouldn't be
terrible.
fun.
Like, it wasn't terrible inside, like in the Recover video,
Mhm.
but upstairs, we almost had to like postpone the shoot for the rooftop video because it was so windy. It was like, I think it's 26 stories in the air. Like, it's high, dude.
Oh, shit.
And when we got up there, it was cold as hell, but like the wind was blowing. We're like, dude, the hi-hat stand is literally going to blow over the roof. Like, it was so cold.
On the street. Oh,
It was
God.
like 20-mile-an-hour winds. It was cold as hell, dude. It was really bad. But yeah, we did it, and it was certainly something.
Made for a badass video. But yeah. So yeah, moving forward, I was a little curious. You still do pinup management, right?
I do, yes.
Could you elaborate or explore a little bit that with us?
Yeah, I've been doing it since like 2022. So I just do, my favorite part of it is like development. So I usually, for the most part, will take on like very new or smaller bands that don't have much of a following. Like, I usually kind of vet them out for a while. Like, I'll spend a while like listening to it and like talking with them and like doing work behind the scenes before I'll actually like announce them on the roster. I have another band that I'm doing that with right now that I've been working with since like the late spring, and we've got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on with them, and I'm gonna announce them pretty soon too, which is cool. But like, I do a lot of development, like getting bands comfortable and like learning how to run the back end and like run a business, but also like taking them from playing like opening local support slots to like growing them into like a band that people want to see, where they can become like regional or do like headline shows, have a guarantee, and then like getting them on the road, growing the band like from the front like and the back end, like learning how to do all the stuff that basically like everything that I wish I knew 10 years ago, and like just that's that.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, especially, like we talked about, somebody of your expertise, it's really nice to have in your corner that can, hit you with every facet of everything. If you need quick artwork, or you need somebody that isn't local to you, the videography that you might know. Like, super cool that you have all these connections and you're helping out of these younger bands. So
It's cool. It's definitely like, it's like years of networking finally paying off.
yeah, I mean, it's all, you just gotta be out there, you know, kissing hands and shaking babies. I mean, what? No.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's frowned upon.
Well, I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to. Obviously, we want to give you... Logan, you got any other questions?
Nope. No, I didn't.
Well, I covered
Answered
pretty
the
much
ones
everything
I
I
had.
wanted to with you, man. But anything that you want to talk about, we would love to hear about your new project, Everbloom. Anything that you can or are willing to give us about that, let us know.
Yeah, that is sick. I'm really stoked about that right now. Didn't really plan on that turning into anything. Basically, like, two of us were just like screwing around. That was pretty much what happened. Like, we just started writing songs that were like totally different from like what we were doing in Aphasia. So it was fun, and we were just like, yeah, let's just like screw around and do this. It'll be really cool. And then we did it, and we ended up finding, like, my friend that I mentioned was in my old band. Like, I hit him up and was just like, hey man, if we start this like band and just like don't really do anything but just like maybe play a show every now and again someday, like, you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, I'm in. I was like, all right, well, that's cool. So we started writing a bunch of songs, and then kind of posted around looking for like a singer, just like kind of like, we're just like, yeah, just studio stuff, really. Like, we don't really want to do anything. And that like quickly changed within like a couple of days. So within a couple of days it turned into like a leisurely, like, yeah, we're just kind of like screwing around, to like, oh, okay, we're gonna be a band and actually like do stuff. So we have I think we've got a little more than like, we have an EP and then some done, and working on a full length. And then we just sent one of the singles off to Atrium. So we got the first mix for that single last night, which is sick. Stoked about that. And then we're building like a video set in this studio behind me. So we're shooting a video for that song in like a week. And then that's about all we can say for now. But doing some other stuff in the background that is very cool and exciting. So I'll have a bunch of announcements coming from that page pretty soon. But yeah, dude, I'm stoked. It's very different from what I'm used to doing. And it's like kind of, at first it was kind of scary, but it's like, it's going really well. It's really cool. And it's really different, which is kind of cool, because it like, I feel like more creative right now. So I'm not dabbling through like the same sound that I've been doing for so long. Like, we're in totally new territory here, and it's very cool.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited to hear it, man. I mean, I know that you were going through a rough patch towards the end of Aphasia, so I'm really excited to hear that you're coming back to music and coming out swinging. We were very disappointed that we couldn't find any material for Everbloom while we were doing our deep dive, but very excited to hear that it's on the horizon.
Yeah, there's nothing out there like squeaky clean. We dropped a pre-pro leak in the band's Discord server the other day, but that's gone now too. So you guys are hard out of luck on that one.
That's
But
okay.
if you like bands like Loathe and like Static Dress and like Armor for Sleep and stuff, like, it's gonna be up your alley. It doesn't sound anything like my other band, except it's like equally as miserable sounding. I feel like I just can't get away from that with music. Like, everything
Makes you
I
feel
write
something,
just
bro.
sounds so sad, dude. Just can't get away from it. But other than that, it's very different from what I've been doing before. It's way less breakdowns, dude.
Well, cool, man. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I want to give you one more
Yeah, thank
opportunity. If you want to talk about anything else that you got going on, shout out any bands that you like locally or anybody you're working with, just plug yourself up, man. We'd love to hear it. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, dude. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I don't think I have anything else cool to talk about, to be honest with you.
Cool. Well, hey, we're always here. You know, in the future, you got anything really exciting going on, we'd love to have you back. So, well, from Logan and me here at Just Noise, everybody, it's been a great time. I hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for joining us. Peace out.
Yeah!